Hey Yoda, look! Disney's making a live-action Peter Pan movie, and they have an actor with Down syndrome playing the leader of the Lost Boys.
Leader of the Lost Boys. More like the Lost Chromosome Boys. Extra chromosomes you have with Down syndrome. So whoever wrote this, a little bit tarded they are.
Whoa, you gotta calm down there, Yoda, or you're gonna start sounding as hypocritical as Angry Joe.
Honest you must be, by making the leader of the Lost Boys someone with Down syndrome. A bit ironic it is, as it means the adult pirates outsmarted they are getting by the mentally disabled. Speak of the devil. Coming for you again, the joke police are.
Yep, here's the master of comedy, Angry Joe, again. Time to get roasted by the guy who thinks putting his poor brother inside of a dress and a wig over and over again is peak comedy for him and his followers.
Repeatedly does this Joseph does. Runs to the defense of terrible corporate movies and projects. Falls for the same traps each time they lay. And their personal keyboard warriors on Twitter. When sucks the movie does, comes to their defense they will. And, ultimately, when sucks ass the movie does in the end, forced to the same conclusion Joseph has to come to. The same conclusion the people on the right he claims to hate.
Insanity is often doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Look, I'm bi, and Twitter is only now waking up to the realization of Disney using LGBT as shields for movie criticism. They've had a lot of success with it because the LGBT always act as corporate foot soldiers for the corporation's behalf. That ain't working anymore, so they've switched tactics, and Joe's done exactly as corporations expected him to, and he's fallen right into their playbook. They really control him more than they realize.
Ironic, ain't it?
We got Joe arguing with Ricky Berwick, too. Oh, this is not going to end well.
Champions the retards, Ricky does, but submit he must to the true master of the mentally disabled, Joseph.
Wait, let me read this. Joseph says he doesn't find this type of humor funny to him. It's never really been my type of comedy. Oh, about that. Is it a bad time to bring up, Joe, that you've played South Park Stick of Truth and the Fractured Butthole games on live streams and laughed whenever Timmy and Jimmy showed up, the former being a retard in a wheelchair?
Oh, so an old hypocrite, Joey Boy, is being once again.
When is he isn't? His fans are trying to say that this is a cartoon and I made fun of a real person, but the point is, in his own words, he said himself, he doesn't find this type of humor funny. And here he is, laughing at an IP whose entire premise is edgy humor, outrageous stereotypes, and lowbrow humor.
Oh, Joey, calling others the R slur, are we?
I know, big shock. Another YouTuber that spent years doing all the same immature stuff they criticize others for today, and suddenly decided around the time it was to grow up and be mature was when sponsors, advertisers, and terms of service on social media updated to be more family friendly.
Ah, yes. The classics. Can't beat them.
You know, he definitely still says stuff like that when he gets trashed in Call of Duty or gets outsmarted in Marvel Snap running whatever brain-dead meta deck he picked up from some popular site on YouTube.
What to do. Past the point of no return we are, for Hissy Hector. Forever a hypocrite he will be. Unfollow him we must. Yes, unfollow.
No. We don't need to unfollow him, Yoda.
We don't?
Joe's kind of like that special friend everyone in our group has. The dim-witted one, but is still an essential friend in that group, and we shouldn't abandon him for that.
A realization I've had. Perhaps why Joe and his followers defend proudly this Down syndrome actor they do in Disney's decision, see themselves deeply within them. A kindred spirit.
That's definitely a possibility, Yoda. Joe can't connect with the Hispanic Peter Pan in the live-action remake, but he can connect with this character because that's somebody he actually can relate to.
Oh, an idea I have. at the next convention Joe goes to. Also go you should, and ask Hissy Jesus what his boggle is.
There's actually somebody that's already going to do something like that. His name is Mr. Eric July. Joe's too much of an autist and thinks July wanting to talk to him in person is a threat. But maybe I can come too, and we can talk to Joe together. I'll just hold Joe down, speak to him gently, and, brush his pretty hair like a Barbie doll so he doesn't spaz out like the leader of the Lost Boys is going to when Hook, puts that hook up his ass.
Good to see all of you getting along well. Create positive core memories, you will, from Mr. Joe.